Hi, my name's Inconsistency. How are you? Hey everyone, it's Kelsey and I have not done a video in a while. There is no real reason as to why except for laziness. Damn laziness. But I do plan to do one video a week and upload every Wednesday. We're going to do it. I'm promising myself right now. It's set in stone, set in video form, set in YouTube. I'm gonna do it. So today I'm going to be filming my July wrap-up. I did pretty well this month. I did 5 books, which is more than one a week, which is awesome. Anyway, so the first book I read was Maze Runner by James Dashner. Now, I originally wasn't going to pick this up just because I'd heard such mixed things about it and it didn't really seem worth it. But then I watched the movie when it first came out last year and I ended up really enjoying it and wanted to know what happens next. So I pretty much rushed out and bought the box set and only just read the first book. So yeah, I'll probably read the second book next year. I actually enjoyed this book more than I thought I was going to, just because whenever I read a book that I've already seen the movie to, I always find it kind of boring and monotonous because, you know, I already know everything. Obviously books have a lot more to them and, you know, things are different, but I still just, you know, want to get through it and just get it over and done with. So I definitely would have enjoyed this more had I not already seen the movie, and that's why I'm pretty keen to go on to the second book because obviously I hadn't seen the movie because it's not out yet. I don't know when it comes out. I assume soonish, but I'll probably still read the second book next year because I'm that person. But yeah, I think I originally gave this 4 out of 5 stars. But I did later change it to I think 3.5 out of 5 stars. I get a little bit overexcited when I first finish a book and I end up changing the ratings like all the time, but noting that I do so I can remember what my actual original thing was. The second book I read was The Evolution of Mara Dyer by Michelle Hodkin, and this is the second book in the Unbecoming of Mara Dyer trilogy. I love this book just as much as I loved the first book. It is just so fast paced and so easy to read. There's a cliffhanger at the end of like every chapter and the chapters are so short and so it just makes you want to keep reading. You cannot put it down. I love Mara Dyer as a character. Out of all the female characters from like YA paranormal fantasy, I'd say she is my favourite because I don't find her annoying and whiny, and that's a rare thing in YA paranormal fantasy. Like a really rare thing. I love her humour. I love the humour throughout the whole book. It's satirical, dark, sometimes downright wrong, and I love that. I also find Mara Dyer really relatable, which is maybe not a good thing because she may be crazy. She starts the book out in a mental institution, but I find her relatable. The next book I read was Tiger's Curse by Colleen Hooke, I think is how you pronounce it. This book is about a girl who starts a job at a circus looking after a tiger, and then not long into it she's offered a job to take the tiger back to India and release it into a tiger sanctuary. But when she gets to India, the tiger isn't really a tiger. This book was not the best. I didn't love it. I liked it and I definitely will be continuing on with the series, but I didn't love it. I had high expectations for this book mainly because my mum actually read it at the beginning of the year and she loved it so much that she rushed out and bought the rest of the books in the series and read them and loved them all. And she kept like pushing in my face, telling me I had to read it, and then she found Outlander and then she was pushing that in my face. But I definitely didn't love it as much as her. I found the story a little bit coincidental, like too coincidental. I also didn't really like the main character, although she does have an awesome name. Kelsey. And it's pretty exciting reading that name in a book because it's a bit of an uncommon name and I don't often see it. It is spelt wrong though. She spells it with a second E and that's wrong. That's how everyone spells it, but everyone is wrong. But yeah, I think I ended up giving this 3.5 or 4 out of 5 stars. I don't know my ratings. I need to check this up, don't I? back of the books. But yeah, I will be continuing on with the series because my mum did say it gets better. And hopefully she's not lying to me. The next book I read, which is a little bit of a different read for me, was Out of the Easy by Therithmatist, and this is set in New Orleans in the 1950s, and it's about a girl whose mother is a prostitute, and a murder happens and she gets swept up in that, and it's about her life trying to get out of this life because the mother is horrible. I really like the main character, Josie. We definitely sympathised with her and her situation, which wasn't the best. And all the characters were great, and it was just a really good read. If you like historical fiction or even just New Orleans 1950s, which was pretty much what sold me, because I really want to go there one day because it'd be so amazing. Just so amazing. But yeah, if you like that sort of thing, I definitely recommend this book. I think this author, Therithmatist, is more well known for her other book, which is Between Shades of Grey. Which, of course, when I first heard about it, I thought, is that got something to do with 50 Shades of Grey? Like deciphering it, the meaning behind it or something? But it's not. It's got nothing to do with that. I think it's set in Russia during World War II. That's all I know about it. But I'm definitely intrigued to read that now because I did like this book so much. And the last book I read was Therithmatist by Brandon Sanderson. This book is set in a world where there's these people called the Therithmatists, and they have the power of arithmetics, and that is being able to draw with chalk and then having those chalk drawings come to life, and they can battle and like duel with them, kind of like Pokemon but with like 2D creatures. This follows a young boy who goes to school with them and also other normal students because he is not a arithmetist, but he is obsessed with arithmetics. So my thoughts on this book were a little bit disappointing. I went into this book expecting a lot because I love Brandon Sanderson. He is my favourite author. And I'd heard nothing but good things about this book as well. But the first 150 pages were really boring. I first picked this up in April and put it down in 150 pages. And I had to really push myself to finish it this month, to like pick it up first. Not long after the 150 pages, things actually started happening. And it got good. Still wasn't the best, and I wouldn't goo goo gaga over it, but I still did enjoy it after that. The reason why I found it really boring in the first 150 pages, I think, was because Joel just had nothing more to him besides his obsession with arithmetics, which I would have been fine with, except I didn't think the power was that awesome, and it didn't really warrant being that obsessed with it. And so that kind of annoyed me a little bit, but as the book progressed, I still don't think the power is that great, but it's, like I said, things started happening, and it did get pretty good, and I'm glad I read it. But yeah, if you're a Brandon Sanderson fan, I'd still recommend it, because as I said, I have heard nothing but good things about this book, but I just happen to be one of those people that don't really love it. But as I said, I did like it. I think I gave it 4 out of 5 stars, maybe 3.5 stars. So that was my reading month. My favourite book I think I read this month was The Evolution of Dyer, because I love these books so much, and I'm pretty keen to go on to the 3rd book soon, which is The Retribution of Dyer. I've heard pretty mixed things about this though, so hopefully I like it anyway. But yeah, that is my wrap up. I hope you enjoyed it. But yeah, let me know if you've read any of these books and what you thought of them in the comments below. And thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. And don't forget to get booked. Bye. Pretty books. Pretty books.